Greetings, fellow Whovians. Welcome to Timey Wimey Review and another edition of Rumour Roundup, where I look at all the latest news, gossip and rumours from the world of Doctor Who, particularly this edition regarding the Centenary special. Woohoo! We've got some news. I told you not to panic. I knew it was coming. So stick around in this video. I will be talking about a lot of rumours regarding the Centenary special, but please hit the subscribe button as I kick off with the title of the episode. So it's been dubbed the Centenary Special because this is in celebration of 100 years of the BBC. So they commissioned a special feature-length episode of Doctor Who for later this year, which also coincides with the regeneration of the 13th Doctor. But it will be called The Power of the Doctor. A little bit surprised about this title. I wasn't really thinking of this one at all in a million years. I do prefer my title suggestion of The Woman Who Fell to Time, similar to the 13th Doctor's first episode, Jodie's first episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I thought that would just been a really good symmetry. But no, we're getting The Power of the Doctor. So that kind of harks back a little bit with a lot of Whovians have sort of harked back to the Day of the Doctor, the Night of the Doctor, the Time of the Doctor. For me, it just reminded me of The Power of the Daleks. And I know Chibnall, Chris Chibnall, the showrunner, really likes to delve into his history of Doctor Who, whether he's retconning it or not. That's another discussion for another day. So yeah, that's what I sort of immediately thought of is Power of the Daleks. So I've been trying so hard not to say that when it is The Power of the Doctor. That's the title for this episode. It beats the rumour dry, I have to admit. You know, if you don't know, there was a rumour going around a couple of weeks ago that the episode was going to be called Dry, and it's supposed to stand for the Doctor and Yaz. Yeah, not really my great title. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think of The Power of the Doctor as the Centenary episode title? I nearly did that then with Power of the Daleks, The Power of the Doctor, and what title would you have given this Centenary episode? Apparently we were last Thursday going to get a bit more of an announcement as The Power of the Doctor, that title was leaked. That was supposed to have been officially given through the Doctor Who magazine that came out last Thursday, and apparently we was going to get a trailer and an exact date of when this episode is going to be aired on BBC One. And obviously that has not come to pass due to the sad passing of Queen Elizabeth II. That happened. Apparently this was all going to be announced at around 6:45, 7 o'clock in the evening, but about half an hour before that, it was officially announced that Queen Elizabeth has sadly died. So that's been put on hold at the moment. Again, I don't know how true that is, but obviously that's been put on hold. Nothing from the Doctor Who Facebook page since September the 8th. Again, they're sort of paying their respects to Queen Elizabeth by not putting any more news or even videos out at the moment. I did notice that they did put a video out earlier today at the time of recording, but that has been removed. So I'm kind of expecting maybe a trailer or at least a title or when it's going to be released, probably in the next week or so. I'm thinking probably Sunday. Usually get some Doctor Who news on a Sunday for some reason. I think Russell T Davies kicked off that tradition really earlier this year. So yeah, we'll just have to see with that one. But let's delve in a little bit more with what has been announced and has been discussed through Doctor Who magazine. 24 hours prior to the release of the Doctor Who magazine, there was a leak of photos. Some photos were being leaked, as well as the title episode was also leaked. So I will post up all those pictures now so you can see very quickly, and they are also on my Twitter page at Review Timey to have a look in more detail at your own leisure. But there's been some really nice photos that was leaked, so I'm not going to argue with that one. So we've had a picture of the Doctor with Kate Stewart, Ace, Tegan and Yaz, looking like it's at unit headquarters or some kind of building. There's also a picture of the Master. Looks like he's been captured by unit soldiers. We've got the Cybermen, the return of the Cyberlords or the Cybermasters, which was also leaked anyway with the return of Ashad, the lone Cyberman. So we're getting some more Cyberlords in this one. And also there was a nice picture of probably my favorite picture actually, of the 13th Doctor in the middle with Tegan and Ace either side, the former companions reunited with the Doctor. Also in Doctor Who magazine, some really good interviews. So there was one with Sophie Aldred, who returns as Ace, who was the former companion to the 7th Doctor, as we all know. And yeah, she mentioned that she's doing her own stunts in this show, in this Centenary episode. Should be stop saying that. The Power of the Doctor in that special, she will be doing her own stunts, which from the little teaser trailer that we got earlier this year, it's got to be her with a baseball bat taking on a Dalek again. You just can't resist it. Absolutely can't resist it. Also, she mentioned that she was hanging out backstage with Jacob Anderson as Vinda. So she was originally thinking that he doesn't really want to talk to her, but in one sort of breakaway, sort of breaking on set, Jacob took us to one side, had can I have a word with you, and apparently sort of spilled out his love for her, Ace the character, particularly the story The Happiness Patrol. So that was cool that they had this moment together. So that was a nice sort of moment to read in this interview. Also interviewed in this magazine was Janet Fielding. She's returning to be Tegan, and this is her first role for 35 years back on TV. She pretty much retired from an acting career on TV and carried on being an agent for other actors and actresses, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, it's nice that she's coming back 35 years more or less on camera and returning as Tegan. So big props for Janet Fielding to come back. Really looking forward to Ace and Tegan returning, particularly as I said before in previous videos, Tegan, because there's a lot left on to be sort of talked about and discussed, and whether that's going to happen in the Power of the Doctor, I don't know. But obviously the way that she left the 5th Doctor in Resurrection of the Daleks, the fact that the Master killed off Aunt Vanessa, and that wasn't really overly resolved. So whether that gets mentioned by the Master or Tegan is going to be another sort of what if factor. So yeah, very interesting stuff. There was an interview with Patrick O'Kane, who returns as Ashad, aka the lone Cyberman, and he pretty much mentioned that it is a returning Ashad. He didn't get fully destroyed apparently by the tissue compressor by the Master in the Timeless Children. This is what he said was set after that, the Timeless Children, the Timeless Child story arc. So yeah, very interesting to see where he comes into the mix with the Power of the Doctor. Again, super excited for this return. Finally, there was an interview with Sacha Dhawan as the Master. He's coming back for the Power of the Doctor, and apparently he watched the Power of the Doctor not so long ago on his laptop, and he said he was a blubbering mess after watching that 90-minute special. And being part of the 13th Doctor, being part of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, first female Doctor, felt very privileged and felt very moving. There was a particular scene that they did together for Power of the Doctor that he felt that they nailed it. So not quite sure what he means on that one. Again, I'll get to the rumours a little bit later in this video. But if you want to check out those photos, the interviews, and other parts from the Doctor Who magazine, I'll put a link in the description below. I'm not affiliated with the Doctor Who magazine at all. This is, I'm not trying to advertise it, but I do recommend that you check it out. So I will put a link in the description below on the digital copy that you can get of the Doctor Who magazine. I think it's for £5.99. You can get physical copies, news agents in the UK. That's pretty much the official news so far from Doctor Who magazine and what was leaked and posted about 24 hours prior to the release on September the 8th, last Thursday. No official dates yet for this special. We know it's going to be part of the BBC One celebratory 100 in October. So my guess is it's going to be either on the weekend of the 15th or the 22nd. So for me, I think it's going to be either the 16th or the 23rd of October. I think it's going to be on a Sunday. I don't think it's going to be on the actual centenary day, which I think is on a Tuesday. I can't remember the exact date. But my guess is it's going to be on the 23rd of October. I think it's going to be on Sunday, the 23rd of October. That's my pick. Let me know in the comments what your date's going to be. But let's quickly touch at some of the rumours that have been circulating around since the announcement of the title of The Power of the Doctor. So quite a few mentioning or regarding the Master. So there's a rumour going around that he's going to be in this episode in Master of Disguise as Rasputin. Right, okay. It could happen. We know in Skyfall that he was on Earth for 77 years to sort of get to the point of meeting this particular incarnation of the Doctor. So whether he's kind of done that, I don't know. Whether that's just going to be a throwaway line. Yeah, that's just one of the rumours. Another one involving the Master is that there's going to be this Sherlock twist, or Sherlock style twist, that's been sort of circulating around. Basically a Reichenbach moment. If you don't know what that means, basically in a scene in the films or the TV series written by Stephen Moffat and Benedict Cumberbatch, is basically there was a fight on top of a waterfall or a cliff, and basically Sherlock and Moriarty tumble down, presumed dead. It's only that when Arthur Conan Doyle was going to end the Sherlock series, that there was a lot of protests, a lot of petitions to bring back this beloved character. So he did bring back Sherlock, and so there's rumors going around that there's going to be this big sort of battle or fight. It could happen again. I don't know. We know obviously that the Doctor is going to regenerate. We know it's not going to be inside the TARDIS. It's going to be somewhere on Earth. So whether this kind of happens, it could be plausible. It really could be plausible, because we kind of got to somehow have the 13th Doctor regenerate into David Tennant. Whether that's going to be the 14th Doctor or he regenerates back to the 10th Doctor, we don't know. That's at some point. So if there's going to be this big fight on a cliff or a waterfall or something like that, again, I can imagine Chris Chibnall doing something like that, and that kind of would explain away, what's going to happen with all these companions. Are we going to get any deaths going on? I don't know. So yeah, that's one of the rumours. The other rumour is returning companions and characters. This is courtesy of Screen Rant about the last day or so. So they're mentioning other rumoured names that are supposed to be appearing for the Power of the Doctor. Kate Manning is supposed to be returning as Joe Grant, aka Joe Jones. William Russell. Now, if that happens, amazing. He's supposed to be making a return as who was the Doctor's first companion, Ian Chesterton. Fraser Hines' name has been bantered around as well as Jamie McCrimmon, as well as Jo Martin. Surely she's got to be making a return as the fugitive Doctor, because that's sort of, that's definitely sort of hanging up in the air. David Tennant as well, we've got to get from point A to B. But yeah, there's been so many rumoured names, past companions, past Doctors as well, David Bradley being one of them, as well as Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, Peter Davison making sort of vocal voice appearances rather than physical appearances. Mentioned that at a previous Rumour Roundup video. Anything could happen in the Power of the Doctor. We've got obviously this big celebratory moment for the BBC, as well as the 60th anniversary coming up next year. So whether this is all getting mixed up in the all mixed together, who knows? I do think that the Power of the Doctor, though, is absolutely jam-packed, because obviously we've got Kate Stewart returning, we've got Graham returning, Bradley Walsh is supposed to be returning, as well as the Daleks, Cybermen, and who else? Everyone's supposed to be returning. I'm supposed to be rumoured to be going in there. No, I'm not. I'm not going in Power of the Doctor. So yeah, whether this happens or not, I don't know. it could easily happen. It could easily not happen. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts to all the latest rumours regarding the power of the Doctor. Do you think there's going to be more people returning, more companions, more Doctors returning for this epic special? And also, have you read the Doctor Who magazine? What did you think of the interviews? You know, I would love to know your thoughts on those interviews, because I thought they were great. So I do recommend that you check them out. For now, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the cloister bell for more notifications. Come say hello on my Twitter page at ReviewTimey, and do check out my other videos on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. There are a lot more videos to come, including my review of the Big Finish Audio 5th Doctor Adventure Spare Parts. But as a good doctor once said, what do you make of the title?